My phone buzzed at exactly 2 a.m., a single sterile vibration that tore through the silence like a blade. I reached for it groggily, expecting some late-night system alert or maybe one of Lena's insomnia-driven work updates. But it wasn't that. It was a gray text bubble from her. Lena, my wife, my partner in business, the CEO of the company we built from the ground up. 7 words, cold and surgical. Your position is terminated effective immediately. No explanation, no courtesy, no warning. Just a clinical dismissal after years of sacrifice, sleepless nights, and shared dreams. My hands froze around the screen, the words sinking deep. HR would contact me, she said. It felt less like a termination and more like an execution. I was in the final stages of closing a $50 million contract, our biggest yet, the kind of deal that would have secured our place at the apex of the tech world. But now it was clear. My name, my sweat, my contributions meant nothing. Only hers carried weight. Lena, the same woman who once whispered promises of forever while we lay on the cold tile floor of our first tiny office, wired on bad espresso and raw ambition. We built our empire from nothing, brick by digital brick. But now she was trying to bury me beneath it. What she didn't know was that I had seen this moment coming. And I was ready. We met 8 years ago in a converted warehouse in San Francisco, an indie startup pitch night where the lighting was dim and the air buzzed with caffeine and desperation. She was magnetic, all sharp intellect and steel-edged charm. Her confidence walked ahead of her. I remember how she looked at me, like she could see every inch of my potential before I could. We were both hungry, scrappy, willing to burn everything for a shot at the stars. I fell hard. We became inseparable, 2 outsiders defying the odds. Our love was forged in ambition and caffeine, in late-night debugging sessions and pitch rehearsals. I proposed to her the night we landed our first 7-figure client. The ink barely dry on the contract. We popped cheap sparkling wine and danced barefoot in the parking lot. She laughed, said yes, and kissed me like we'd stolen fire from the gods. We married, merged our lives and careers into a single beating force. She was a face, the firebrand who dazzled investors, charmed press, and sold dreams with a wink and a slide deck. I was the spine, the one who coded deep into the night, architected the infrastructure, and turned her visions into reality. It worked. For a while it was magic, but then the cracks began. Small at first. She stopped including me in investor calls. Changed server passwords without a word. Held strategy meetings where my seat was conspicuously empty. I brushed it off, told myself she was just stressed, that I was imagining things. Until that night at a gala, when a board member, sloshed on bourbon, leaned in and muttered, "Lena's painting you as a tech guy, not a partner. Not anymore. Watch your back." I didn't sleep that night. At dawn, I dove into the company's legal frameworks, tracing ownership trails, scrutinizing paperwork I had once trusted blindly. And there was my name scrubbed from key documents. Voting power diluted. Equity fractured across shell subsidiaries. Titles quietly changed. The company I had co-founded, built with my own hands, no longer legally recognized me as anything more than a glorified engineer. I hadn't signed away my power, but in trusting her, I'd given her the space to steal it. Still, I stayed silent, played the role, nodded in meetings, wore the smile, delivered every milestone like clockwork. But behind that facade, I was preparing. Quietly, I opened an offshore account under an alias I hadn't used since university. I registered a covert company. I began redirecting development. Subtle changes, small dependencies, pieces of a puzzle only I could solve. I called it Project Phoenix. The $50 million contract Lena thought we were delivering together? That was me. Every algorithm, every line of code, every hidden function. She never noticed. Too busy basking in the spotlight, making media appearances, chasing every trending buzzword. The night before the deadline, I finalized the code. Secure, elegant, untraceable. Then, without hesitation, I sent a single encrypted email, not to Lena, but directly to the client. Your solution is complete. Transfer the funds within 10 hours for sole ownership. No intermediaries. No delays. They responded in 45 minutes. By 6:32 a.m., $50 million landed in my account. Clean, verified, irreversible. 15 minutes later, I sent Lena an email. Since my role has ended, I've claimed what's mine. Attached to the deliverables I created. No duplicates exist. Your board has been informed. Her reaction was a storm. 162 messages in 3 hours. Some laced with fury, others shaking with desperation. She left 19 voicemails. I listened to none. By afternoon, she scrambled together a press conference, tried to control the narrative, claimed a strategic delay. Investors weren't fooled. I had already shared proof, emails, code commits, transfer records, all legally airtight. She threatened lawsuits, but she knew better. Every line of code was time-stamped, every development traceable to me alone. And then she crumbled, live on television, under the glare of 100 cameras. Lena unraveled. Her poise cracked. Her voice wavered. Her mascara streaked as she fumbled through half-truths and hollow reassurances. The product, her asterisk crown jewel, was gone. I didn't revel in it. I'd already left. Later that week, she appeared on my doorstep, unannounced. Her eyes were swollen, face pale beneath the foundation. She was still wearing the blazer from a night she fired me. I screwed up, she whispered, pulling off her wedding ring like it could fix anything. I looked at her, the woman I had once dreamed with, fought beside, and ultimately been betrayed by. I said nothing, just closed the door. People think revenge is dramatic, explosive, loud. It's not. It's quiet, surgical. A whisper, not a scream. You don't burn everything down. You wait. You plan. You let them think they've won. Then one day, with a single email, you make their empire collapse. Lena thought she'd erase me. What she didn't realize was I had already written her out of the story.